Okay, let's try that again. Is anybody else feeling retrograde as much as I am? So between Is anybody else feeling retrograde? Oh, that's me. That's like the time between when I talk on the camera and when I talk on my phone. It's crazy. Anyways, so I've gotten 4 messages recently about what retrograde actually is, and I wanted to just briefly kind of explain to you the easiest way to research it, and it's really simple. It's called Google. And the reason that I would send you to Google versus me to explain exactly what Mercury is and why it's in retrograde is because they're going to be able to go into a much more in-depth explanation as to what it is. In a nutshell, the planet of Mercury is in retrograde, which means it's going backwards, but the science behind it is that it's not going backwards. So it's very confusing. And so because Mercury, the planet of communication, that's what Mercury is the planet of, is spinning backwards, so is everything else. And my assistant and I were just having this conversation earlier today about how insane and intense Mercury retrogrades can be, especially if they are in your own sign. So, like she was telling me that for Geminis, this particular one, and I'm a Gemini, is a little crazier. And she's a Taurus, and it hasn't been so bad for her. I have double booked myself countless times for readings this month. I just had to have a location change, and that was not due to me, and I'll get into that, but there was a miscommunication there. We had another miscommunication with Springfield, Illinois, and the hotel there. And I mean, these are things that rarely ever happen, but to have them happen back to back to back and over and over and over again just makes me feel like we are for sure in retrograde. Anyways, let's pull some cards real quick. And I need to explain to you what's going on with our Monroe City situation, and I will. But I want to pull some cards for you first. Ooh, we got some heavy, heavy ones today. So if you're watching for the first time and you've never seen me pull cards for you, I'm going to show you 3 cards, and be thinking in your mind an answer that you would like to a question, or maybe some intuitive insight that you would like to, a situation or an issue that you're currently experiencing. Make sure that you hold yourself accountable by putting the number of the card, and I'll show you card 1, card 2, card 3. Put the number of the card in the comments, okay? That way you can kind of, okay, I can't go back again. That's the one I for sure picked. That type of thing. Oh my goodness. How is everybody? Hello, Jennifer. Hi, Marta. Marta's a Gemini too. That's awesome. Geminis rock. Marta, you're from Minnesota. I love you guys up there, and we want to get back there so bad. You are on my list of places to get back to as far as shows go. Okay, you might want to wait. Well, you might want to wait to post your comment of what card you want until you see it, but those that have already commented, you probably did that for a reason, so I would say stick with what you said. Okay, so this is card number 1. Card number 1. This is card number 2 from the romance deck. And this is card number 3. Okay, so I'll show you one more time. Card 1. Card 2. Card 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So make sure you put what you want to pick in the comments. Okay. All right. So Before I tell you, before I reveal those cards, if you have a ticket to the Monroe City event on October 29th, Matthew, the owner of that event venue, messaged me recently and said that he had double booked us. So he had to make a business decision, and so we are going to move our event to 1 in Quincy, Illinois. So you guys already know that 1 is a pretty big venue. So and it'll probably hold the same amount as the Monroe City event would have if we would have used their bigger room. But they have I think it's a wedding party or something of 200. And so I don't blame him for being in that situation and having to do that. It's never easy to get that information, and at first I was in panic mode, but it's crazy how things happen because I was asked to do an event that would only hold 40 people in Quincy, Illinois, and it would have worked out to be about the same amount of revenue, doing 1 or doing this private 40-person event. But for some reason, I felt that I had to do a different event. I had to go somewhere else, and I had to do it somewhere else. And lo and behold, out of the blue, 1 messaged me, and they said, "Hey, we have an opening for the 22nd that was last minute. Would you want to do an event here?" And had that not worked out and that not fallen in, things would have been crazy as far as trying to get all the Monroe City people into another event venue somewhere else. So if you are planning or have a ticket to the October 29th event in Monroe City, that is being moved to 1 on October 22nd. You will get an email from me. I run my business just like any other, entertainment industry does. And so I don't do returns, but you're able to use that money towards another event if you can't make it. So keep that in mind. And I will also allow you to use that voucher to come to any of the smaller shows, the more intimate shows. We just don't have any that aren't sold out right now. So your best bet would be to just go ahead and go to the October 22nd one at 1. And it's going to be a good time. I will tell you that event will most likely sell out rather quickly, especially since we're moving 40 people over to that event. So if you are considering coming to 1, I would get your tickets. Also, there's only 3 days left to get your tickets at the lowest discount price. Use the code BOO, B-O-O, all capital, and you can, when you check out, you can save $15, which makes our tickets $20 if you're going to a $35 event, which is super, super cheap. Okay, one more time. I'm going to tell you what these cards are, and then I'm going to explain them to you, okay? All right. So this is card number 1. This is card number 2. And this is card number 3, okay? So if you chose card number 1, you've got some things kind of out of balance, which makes perfect sense considering we are in the Libra stage. They're all about balance. So yeah, this is the time of Libra, and card number 1 ended up being balance, okay? So what is particularly interesting about this card, or maybe the reason that you should pay more attention to it, is that it is a major arcana card. So that means that whatever's going on in your life is a big change. It's something that, the need for balance in your life in this situation is probably going to have to do with your relationship, your job, your parent-child relationship, finances. Somewhere along the line, the universe is asking you to find some balance, okay, because things are out of balance. And consider compromise. For some reason, I feel like I need to say that word in particular. Just consider compromise. Also, the 14th may be important because this is the major arcana card, the 14th, so that may be important for you if you picked it. And the other thing is, I want to tell you to be cautious. some reason. Wait, if you picked card number 1, wait for the perfect timing. Okay. Okay. This next one's kind of heavy, so if you picked 2, get ready for this. It has more than one meaning. Okay. So whenever we see the release your ex card, we tend to go straight to, I need to let my ex-boyfriend or my ex-girlfriend go. And that's not at all what this card only means. Does it mean that in some cases? Absolutely. But in a lot of cases, it means your energy is cloudy. It's icky and it needs to be cleared. And it's like releasing what's happened recently. So, maybe you got into a huge fight with your husband, or you told your boss off, and now you're still, that was a week ago, and you're still stagnant in that negative energy. Your guides are asking you to clear that out. So smudge, ground yourself, go for a walk outside with no socks and shoes on, get your feet in the grass. Paleo Santo is a good cleansing tool. And then maybe get yourself some tourmaline for protection, and some selenite. Those are the 2 things that I would recommend for clearing. If you're wanting to pick up your clearing and take it with you in a stone, those would be the 2 that I would recommend for that. So if you picked card number 2, you may be needing an energy reset, okay? Or you really just need to move past your ex. One of the 2. Okay, card number 3, our last card. This is pretty clear. This is why I said, man, we got some deep cards today. So if you picked card number 2 or 3 and you're looking for an answer, this is it. I don't need to interpret this for you. And this deck in particular has 2 yes cards. It has one that just says yes, and then it has one that says yes with an exclamation mark. And usually when I pull this one, it's you already knew the answer to this. You already knew that the answer was yes, or move forward, or that this is positive. You're just ignoring it. That was my Salem kitty. He's purring. Anyways, or he's meowing. Remember how at all of my events, when I say that I'm like a squirrel, if I hear something, I lose track of everything I was saying? That's what happens. Only it happens with cats here. Okay, so yes. Absolutely. If you pick that card. Okay. Hello, Shelly. It's okay to be late to the party. All the fancy people are. Okay. All right, Jennifer, that's interesting. Very interesting, especially considering we're coming up on the month of October, and that was the 14th for that card. Very cool. Okay. So just a reminder, if you guys have any questions in regards to events, timing, location questions, anything general, please, if you're going to send me a message, please put in the very first line, please put "Attention Lisa," because that will forward that message or tell my assistant that she needs to click on that and open it up. I like to still try to answer all my own messages as far as scheduling, and I will continue to do that until I can't do it anymore. And I think we're almost there. But continue to have some patience with me. Those questions that Lisa can answer that aren't personal, please put "Attention Lisa," and then continue to write whatever it is that you want to ask if this has to do with an event. Yeah. Okay. I think I covered everything for today. I am going to go get my babies. We have guitar lessons and we have drum lessons tonight. And I'm going to take them to a concert. They don't know yet, but next month I'm going to take them to see our new favorite band. I just found that out. So I'm going to be that mom that takes her kid out of school to go to a rock concert. Okay. I'm off. I love you guys so much. I'm so grateful for you every single day. I'm so grateful for your following and your loyalty and coming to events. It's an honor to read for you, even just a pull card. It's an absolute honor. I love you. I love every one of you. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.